you like the idea of Betty Ryan dying publicly? Get ready for this. Well, so I think Dwayne's covered this to a large extent, but I want you all to be very truthful here. Give me a shout if you hate your job. Love that. Okay, that's very reassuring. Give me a shout if you love your job. Oh, I saw a hand go up, sir. What do you do?
I work for ByteDance.
He works for Joe Biden, ladies. Joe Biden. We voted him in, he's gonna fix it all. So yes, I wanted to talk to you all, I never worked for Joe Biden. But I wanted to tell you all about the best job I've ever had. So I used to work for a very well-known taxi company. I won't tell you which one, for GDPR reasons, and because they've changed their name so many times. I don't know what they're called at the moment. But I used to work in the complaints department. Have any of you ever sent a complaint email? Okay, anyone want to shout out what you said? Come on, I'll point out, sir, you've sent a complaint email, you're shifting. This man's never been wronged once in his life. Life has been nothing but fair to this man. But I just want to say, for those of you who have sent a complaint email ever in your life, there's two very distinct things to be aware of. Number one, your complaint that you've emailed into this app will be dealt with by a very hungover student. And like in the company that I worked for, we would get very, very explicit emails. It would be like, this lad came into the back of my taxi, spilled his curry fries, got sick into the curry fries, pulled a runner and left his wallet in the curry fries. And I'd be sitting there in the office like, was that me? And then my work persona, Keith, would email back and say, I'm very sorry that happened to you. We were all young ones. But the second thing you need to be aware of is that if you ever send a complaint email to anyone, it will be read out in the office in a very funny voice. Oh, I was overcharged. Case in point, I was lucky enough once upon a time to have an acquaintance of mine send in a complaint email. Someone who knew me but didn't know where I worked. And his email was a bona fide clanger. To whom it may concern. Great start. I was deeply dissatisfied by your service. Not the first time he's heard that, I'd say. I have taken this trip many times, and the difference in price this time was stark. Very stark. I hope to be compensated forthwith, yours, etc. And what I didn't do was give up the ghost straight away. I just banked it. I said, this is Keith speaking, here's a €10 voucher, let's forget about this. And then every conversation I had with the lad for the next year, I just used his own phrases. Arsenal were very deeply dissatisfactory at the weekend, weren't they? The price of pints these days is very different, it's very stark. Thanks for getting that, man, you will be compensated forthwith. So what I'm trying to say to you here is I fucking hate people who complain. But I'm a bit of a hypocrite in that, because I did make quite a serious complaint. I like that the music has died for that. This is the serious bit of the sketch. So I made a complaint to Gardaí Connor recently. I was the victim of a terrible crime. One of the darkest crimes in the deep, seedy underbelly of Dublin. My bike got nicked. And yes, do we have any guards in? If you're undercover, you have to tell us. Sorry, you've never complained, you're gotta be a guard. But yes, okay, so there's no guards, so I guess I'll lead the procedural element of the investigation. Guard arrives. First thing I do, establish a timeline. So I lock my bike in the shed at 8 PM on Sunday. 8 a.m. Monday morning, the bike was gone. The guy who was not taking any notes looks up and he says, so the bike was probably stolen on Sunday morning, wasn't it? Genius. We can't rule out that I stole my own bike. 90% of murders are committed by someone known to the victim, so it follows that 90% of bike thefts are committed by the person who owns the bike. We were dealing with a serious operator. But yes, unfortunately, I got a letter in the post a couple of weeks ago that the case has been closed. They don't have the resources to find my bike, and I like to think that there was, again, kind of a neo-noir guarded detective saying, you know, kiddo, every cop's got that case that makes them, and the case that breaks them. We never could find your girl. She's gone. And then there'd be a kind of a mellow cello play out there, it'd be very atmospheric. When in reality, they were all in the office just going, oh, my bike got stolen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Barry Lysaght.
That I don't enjoy because we have to pick one out of 8 fantastic acts. But as I said, if you handed all your votes, we're going to go away, count them. I'm going to put them online on all Cherry Comedy social media platforms tomorrow. But for tonight, the winner of the second semi-final and heading to the finals in the main venue. June 1st, tickets available now, 30% off if you buy now. Let's get a little bit of a drum roll going. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of tonight's semi-final is Barry Lysaght. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are back here for the next 2 Wednesdays right here in the Parlour Bar for the third and fourth semi-final. Keep an eye on our channel tomorrow, as I said. We'll reveal the results of your audience vote.